Welcome to another episode of Clash Wrestling 360. This is the podcast that is all about the collective league of adrenaline, strength, and honor. And we are now only 3 days away, or 2 days away, from the biggest night of the year for Clash Wrestling. It is Seize the Day 9 at the Taylortown Trade Center right here in Taylor, Michigan. And believe me, I say this a lot, but this is definitely an event that you do not want to miss this Saturday night in Taylor. Seize the Day 9. And now, at this time, I am going to run down the card for this Saturday. The main event, the Clash Championship match, as the Clash Heavyweight Championship will be on the line. Champion Dragon Greed, along with the Entourage, will be defending against multiple guests right here on Clash Wrestling 360, the Caveman Elk. And maybe if Elk accepts my offer to be in his corner, he will walk out as Clash Champion this Saturday night at Seize the Day. And Tyler, if you're listening to this podcast right now, let me be in your corner. I can help you. You will become the Clash Heavyweight Champion this Saturday night at Seize the Day. All you have to do is let me, the most charismatic host of the best Clash Wrestling podcast in the world, in your corner this Saturday night. But that's not all. There's another huge match this Saturday night at Seize the Day. Loser leaves Clash. Clash career versus Clash career. It is the longest reigning Clash Heavyweight Champion in history, GQ Gavin Quinn, taking on another former Clash champion. Maybe one of the best champions Clash Wrestling has ever seen. Clash member Juntai. They will go one-on-one this Saturday night, and one of these great superstars will be leaving. And I think it's a safe bet to say it will not be Juntai, because nobody from the Clash is leaving Clash Wrestling. Nobody wants to see any Clash member leave Clash Wrestling. So, if you're a fan of Gavin Quinn, you're going to want to be at Seize the Day 9 to see his final match in Clash Wrestling this Saturday night. You're not going to want to miss that. I admit, I'm not a fan of his. He's not a member of the Clash, but I do respect him. He's been a multi-time Clash champion, former Clash Tag Team champion, one of the greats in Clash Wrestling history. But he will not be defeating Clash member Juntai this Saturday night, and he will be gone from Clash Wrestling. Like I said, if you want to see Gavin Quinn one more time, you better be at the Taylortown Trade Center this Saturday night for Seize the Day. Also, the Clash Tag Team Championships will be on the line in a street fight. The Midnight Society, Usama Lion and Maserati Rick, will be defending the titles against the Clash team of Cameron Sky and Tommy Tresnick. And I have a feeling that this Saturday night, those Clash Tag Team titles will be coming back home to the clash around the waist of Cameron Sky and Tommy Tresnick. The Midnight Society, they've had them for a little while now, but they better get ready to shine those titles up and hand them back to the clash. The true tag team champions, the best tag team in the whole world, Cameron Sky and Tommy Tresnick. And that's just one more reason why you have to be at Seize the Day 9 this Saturday night. And there is a women's tag team match. Or excuse me, my mistake. I'm really excited. Forgive me. Fatal 4-way match. Jules Malone, Ashley America, and Raylan, and also making her return to Clash Wrestling. The wrestler formerly known as Leah Von Dutch, now known as Leah Vaughn, my mistake, will be making her debut or return to Clash Wrestling this Saturday night. Actually, it is a debut because she has not been in Clash Wrestling yet as Leah Vaughn. So in a way, it kind of is. 4-way women's match. And it seems kind of funny though that Leah Vaughn, same last name as Clash member Jack Vaughn. Who knows? And also in singles action, the main event, Justin Maine, will be taking on the bodyguard of Dragon Greed, Brutus Dillon, and I'm sure he will also have Evan Craig and Belvedere in his corner. Also scheduled to appear on Seize the Day 9 are other Clash members, Jack Vaughn, Dave Manzo, and Randy Casey, and the Professor Matthew Priest. That is all this Saturday night at Seize the Day 9 in Taylor, Michigan at the Taylortown Trade Center. The biggest night of the year, the biggest event of the year for Clash Wrestling. And this Saturday night, I understand there are some other pro wrestling shows in Michigan, but none of them will be as good, as exciting, as entertaining as Seize the Day 9. Today is the last day for pre-sale tickets, so if you have not done so, you better hurry right now. ClashWrestling.com. Buy your tickets before the end of the day. Today is the last day. Get them now. Only $12 each, or 4 for $40, and you'll have your first choice of seats for Seize the Day. Get the best seats in the house at the Taylortown Trade Center, but for some reason you can't get the pre-sale tickets. This Saturday, tickets will be available when the doors open at 7:30, or usually sometime around 7:30, and only $15 each, which is still a great deal for the best wrestling in the whole world, Clash Wrestling. As always, the star and most charismatic host of the best Clash Wrestling podcast in the whole world will be there, Lance Brock. Hope to have pre-show interviews, maybe some post-show interviews, intermission interviews, who knows. I will be there. Feel free to come by and say hi to me, ask for an autograph, but I'm such a big star. Sometimes a lot of people are too nervous to do that, which I understand. But I will be there for Seize the Day 9 this Saturday night, and you should be there too, the biggest night of the year. And before I go, I want to remind everybody you can like Clash Wrestling 360 on Facebook, 360 Wrestling Podcast on Facebook as well, and on Twitter at 360 Wrestling Pod, Instagram 360 Wrestling Podcast, and ClashWrestling.com as always. Follow Clash Wrestling on Twitter at Clash Wrestling and Clash Wrestling on Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. And remember, this Saturday night, Clash Wrestling sees the day 9 at the Taylortown Trade Center, E-Course Road in Taylor, Michigan. Doors open at 7:30. Bell time 8 p.m. The biggest show of the year. You do not want to miss it. And tomorrow, tune in tomorrow. Clash Wrestling 360. Hopefully, interview with Belvedere. Right here, Clash Wrestling 360. You do not want to miss that. One of the best guests has ever been on Clash Wrestling 360, Belvedere, and you can bet he will be in the corner for the Clash Championship match as Dragon Greed defends against the Caveman Elk. And that is all for this episode of Clash Wrestling 360. Stay tuned for some interviews and more this Saturday, live from Seize the Day 9. I am the star and most charismatic host of the best Clash Wrestling podcast in the whole world. I am Lance Brack, and I will see you at Seize the Day 9.